Freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952. All right, 19 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. So I've had this issue on my leg, and I've been going to a doctor. But actually, let me back up a little bit. I went to the emergency room because it was hurting me so bad. And I went to the emergency room, and there was a young lady who came in there with like a device, and I guess she did what you call an ultrasound on my leg. Same thing, pregnant ladies use to see the baby. But they were looking at my veins to make sure I didn't have a blood clot, and thank goodness I didn't. And I'm only telling you this because of what she said. I called her doctor, whatever her last name was, and she said, "Oh, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a," and she didn't say nurse, I think, whatever her title is. And I said, no, don't say that. It's quite an accomplishment to be able to use that machine and to know how to read what you're looking at, because if I looked at it, I don't even know what it looks like. So that's kind of the topic that we want to cover right now. Dr. Sharon Vorona is on the phone. She's the medical director for Figure One. She's talking about the elimination of words like not just a nurse or only a nurse to elevate the status of nurses. Absolutely. My goodness. Sometimes the doctors don't have the communication skills that the nurse has, and maybe it's the amount of time that they can spend with you. National Nurses Week is May 5th through the 12th, and we want to say good morning to Dr. Sharon Vorona. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, Larry. Hi. Thanks for having me on your show.
Oh, you're welcome. And where are you calling from?
I am calling from Toronto, Canada.
Toronto. All right. How's the weather up there?
It's beautiful blue skies, nice warm day.
It is a nice city, yeah. So how are we doing? I mean, this is kind of a problem. We do this a lot. I'm just a girl. I'm just a nurse. I'm just a peon. We do that all the time, and it really is something we should get away from.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. So we've encountered this on Figure One. Just to give you some context, Figure One is a network for healthcare professionals where they can share and discuss medical cases that they're seeing, something particularly interesting, something that they need some information on, and they can share it with healthcare professionals around the world. We have over 1 million healthcare professionals in more than 190 countries using Figure One. So just to give you some context, imagine that you, as you said, you're a patient and you go and see your family physician because maybe you've developed a rash on your leg, and your family physician isn't quite sure what it is. They can take a picture of it with your consent and upload it to Figure One and have suggested feedback and suggestions from 1 million healthcare professionals.
Oh, wow.
So it's really changing the way that medicine is being practiced. And with regards to people saying just a nurse, absolutely, it's something that we see on Figure One. It's something that I, as a practicing physician in London, England, came across as well. And nurses will comment on Figure One, and they'll preface the comment with, "I'm just a nurse, I'm only a nurse." And we didn't want to propagate that stereotype. It shouldn't be on Figure One. It shouldn't be outside of Figure One in the wider healthcare community.
Oh, yeah.
Because it really devalues the contribution that they're making to healthcare.
Absolutely. We have so many, in this community here in Central Florida, we have a lot of assisted living facilities and nursing homes, and quite frequently, the nurse is the most important person in the building.
Absolutely, and nurses these days are providing treatment. It's not just coming from physicians. The wider healthcare team is providing treatment. And I can tell you that when I was a junior doctor in England, I was fortunate to work with some exemplary men and women who really provided us with a protected environment so that we could flourish with these new responsibilities that we were given, which when you're a junior doctor is very intimidating. And so I was fortunate to work with phenomenal nurses. And every day the contributions that they made really shaped the care that the patients received. They tend to spend prolonged periods of time and develop very close relationships with patients. And so they're in a prime position to notice some of the minute changes in a patient's level of consciousness, in their level of pain, and those will lead to a better outcome. They can alert the healthcare team, and the care can be aligned to better treat the patient.
Really?
So it's not something that we want to see on Figure 1, and so to that point, we actually we designed a bot, which is a specialized piece of software that recognizes any time a nurse makes a comment saying that they are just a nurse or only a nurse. And it responds saying they're not just a nurse, they're actually a valued member of the healthcare team. And we really want to... Yeah, we really want to celebrate that fact that they are valued and that they are making valuable contributions every single day.
I love that. That's a wonderful campaign that you're on. But I want to ask you a little bit about Figure One. I went to the website, figure1.com. Are you able to monitor, or is a nurse able to monitor our health, through the website somehow?
I'm not quite sure I understand your question.
Uh-oh. You're on a cell phone, a speakerphone or something?
Oh, sorry about that.
There you are, okay.
Yeah, so this is something that healthcare professionals contribute to. So they will be discussing a case that they're seeing. They can ask for feedback from healthcare professionals around the world. And if you think about some of the people that are using Figure One, we have people in incredibly remote locations. For instance, the Peruvian rainforest, fishing boats in the middle of the ocean. They don't have the ability to just pick up a phone and call a colleague or pop into the office next door and ask someone's opinion. So they have the ability to essentially upload this image, and it's as if they're tapping on 1 million healthcare professionals' shoulders and saying, hey, what do you think about this?
Oh, wow. And who uses it? The average person, or do doctors use the service?
So Figure One is designed for healthcare professionals. We have physicians, nurses, pharmacists, paramedics, occupational therapists. Really, every healthcare professional in the healthcare community is on Figure One. And those conversations that are going on are really the same kinds of conversations that you'd expect these healthcare professionals to have in hospital. So it's an incredible resource that's really bringing healthcare and medical learning into the 21st century. If you think about how people share information on social media, it's been going on for a very long time. It just hasn't made its way into medicine until Figure One came along.
Let me ask you this: you're a lady doctor, and my doctor is a lady doctor also, and sometimes the nurse is a male nurse, and people will confuse. They'll think the guy is the doctor. And they're both professionals, and neither one of them is to be slighted at all. But it's interesting that as a society, we still see the guy as the doctor and the lady as the nurse.
Yeah, and I did encounter that myself, where people did mistake me for a nurse. When I said I was studying medicine, they asked me if I was going to be a nurse. But by the same token, as a junior doctor, I found often patients would prefer treatment from me, even though they had nurses who had so much more experience than I did. Being on the wards for just my first few weeks. So it kind of goes both ways, and everyone has a place in medicine, and Figure One's purpose is to really unite healthcare to provide that better outcome that everyone wants for their patients.
Yeah. The word you're from London. I was a big Beatle fan, and I want to tell you something about John Lennon. John Lennon, in one of the books, he wrote that when writing a song, he never liked to use the word just. And I don't know if it's because of the same. You don't want to use just a nurse. You are a nurse. He didn't like to use just in anything. So.
Right, it devalues whatever it is that's going to follow.
Yeah, it is interesting. So, how do we take this and use it in our world? Do we go to the website and learn things?
So if you are a patient and you're listening, I would say ask your physician, ask your nurse, your pharmacist if they're using Figure One. It's a free download that they can download from the App Store on an iPhone or on Google Play for Android. There's also a website, figure1.com. And in a couple of weeks, we will be launching a fully translated version in Spanish, which will be potentially particularly relevant to some of the people listening today.
So is it a resource for us to look up medical conditions?
So it's a resource for healthcare professionals, so that they can either share something interesting that they're seeing about a patient, use it as a teaching point to really spread their knowledge, or to ask for feedback from a community of over 1 million healthcare professionals if they need some suggestions on how to diagnose something, how to manage something. And we're hearing every day how either just looking at Figure 1 or actually uploading a case to Figure 1 has provided better care for that patient.
Interesting, yeah. Well, as I mentioned earlier, I'm seeing a doctor right now because of my leg, so I will share it with her. I think she'll probably appreciate it. But we also, as a radio show, we have doctors in here probably every 2 weeks or so that come in from the local hospitals to talk, so I'll be sure to share it with them as well.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Sharon Vorona, thank you again. The website is figure and then the numeral 1, so figure1.com/nurse. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, and if you don't put the /nurse, it's another interesting site. It's Figure 1, but I guess it's the homepage for the website. Thank you, doctor. That was very interesting.
All right, thank you.
All right,
Okay,
we
bye.
will take a little break. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Donald Trump at RNC headquarters, where he started the day with a meeting with House Speaker Paul Ryan and RNC Chair Reince Priebus, who tweeted the meeting was great. It was a very positive step toward party unity.
Trump's camp has said they do not expect Ryan to endorse the candidate after a single meeting, and we will hear from the speaker himself at his weekly press conference at 11:30.
Fox's Garrett Tenney. A Cleveland jury decides on whether a convicted serial killer will get the death penalty.
38-year-old Michael Madison was convicted last week of kidnapping, rape, and the murders of 3 women whose bodies were found wrapped in garbage bags near Madison's East Cleveland home in 2013.
Fox Radio's Jeff Manasso and former Massey Energy CEO Don Blankenship, who's appealing his conviction related to one of the deadliest U.S. mine explosions, must stay behind bars while that appeal is being considered. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Sometimes what you want most from your car is nothing. No headaches, no surprises, no anxiety when it's late at night and you're on some distant freeway in a thunderstorm. Owning a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz can be that anxiety-free experience on every level. You know you're in one of the safest and most thoughtfully engineered vehicles on the road, and with an unlimited mileage warranty, you can drive as far as you want for up to 3 years, with roadside assistance included. Your sense of confidence and adventure are as unlimited as the warranty itself. Now you can drive the car of your dreams and realize that nothing is everything. And during the Certified Pre-Owned Sales event going on now through May 31st, you can receive 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and special financing available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services, only at your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. You've waited long enough.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties.
Ad Council.
FlySanford.com, Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better.
Visiting friends and family, or just looking for some fun? Book your vacation now to one of over 70 nonstop destinations, including Amsterdam, Brussels, Aguadilla, San Juan, New Orleans, and Mexico City.
For enjoyable travel, come to Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better. Before you fly, FlySanford.com.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online. Need a mailbox rental but need more information? Remember Personal Service Center, 789-6683. How does $10 a month sound with just a 3-month commitment? Remember Personal Service Center, 789-6683. Mention WOCA and the setup fee is waived. Personal Service Center will email or text notifications to you when your packages arrive. Even scan mail so you never actually have to pick it up. Now that's service. Personal Service Center, 789-6683. Located on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, Ocala. Look for the yellow signs.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 572-2510. That's 572-2510.
WWOCA, WOCA, AM 1370, 96.3, 96.3 FM. Visit the WOCA website at www.woca.com.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For Thursday, looking partly sunny with a high of 84 to 89 degrees, and Thursday night is clear with a low of 64 to 70. Friday, looking at sunny to partly cloudy skies, a shower thunderstorm in spots late in the afternoon with a high of 87 to 91. And Saturday, to start the weekend, partly sunny with a high of 87 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Evan Duffy.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 572-2510. That's 572-2510.
All right, 24 minutes before 12 o'clock. Before we head over to Fun with Joe, there was a news item, a developing news story, and Robin McLean went on to the phone and called the Marion County Sheriff's Office and got some information about a story we were alerted to from a listener. What did you find out, Robin?
Oh, that at 8:40 a.m. this morning, there was a shooting on Top of the World on Southwest 87th Avenue. There was a victim that was taken to the hospital. They are now still searching for the alleged shooter. They feel they know who that person is. That person is known. They are urging all on Top of the World residents to stay calm and stay indoors.
All right, that's it, huh?
Yep, that's it. That's all that they would be able to tell me. Not the sex of the shooter or the sex of the victim. And no law enforcement officers or personnel were injured.
Okay. So apparently, if you're out there and you're seeing a sheriff's office helicopter up in the air, that's what they're doing.
Yep.
They're looking.
They're looking for the alleged shooter.
Well, if we have any more, we will definitely fill you in on that. All right, let's go to the recorded news, and then we'll do Fun with Joe, and we'll be back.
Here are today's headlines from the source WOCA. 7 years ago, a teenage Lake County girl was violently attacked, set on fire, and then left to die. Her name is Taylor Mack, and she is still recovering to this day and is the inspiration for a new education bill named after her called Taylor's Law. It's a statewide law aimed at bringing awareness and prevention of teen dating violence to Florida's students. Looking at her now, it's nearly impossible to tell that Taylor was a victim of a horrific attack. Her father, Sergeant Dale Mack of the Orange County Sheriff's Office, spoke on his daughter's behalf at a news conference. He recalled the story of how in 2009, when Taylor was 14 years old, her boyfriend, who was 15 years old at the time, identified as Calvin Haskell, stabbed her multiple times and then set her on fire in Lake County. Now, 7 years later, and after 15 operations, her surgeon says her recovery has passed the halfway point. Mack has reason to smile standing next to the bill that has been named Taylor's Law. It's a law that will require all Florida students to learn about teen dating violence and the resources available. 3 out of 4 of our teenagers experience teen dating violence, or they know someone who has, Representative Mia Jones said. Meanwhile, Taylor plans to make a difference in the lives of others. She is studying at Santa Fe College in Gainesville to become a nurse. Calva Haskell was found guilty of attempted murder and sentenced to 30 years in prison. The 30th Annual Governor's Hurricane Conference is underway in Orlando, and a lot of people will be covering a lot of ground. More than 1,500 emergency managers and personnel, that's first responders, state, federal, volunteer, business, industry representatives, you name it. They're here with 47 in-depth training sessions. That's a lot on their plate, said National Hurricane Center Dennis Feltgen. Feltgen says some of the most important information at the Hurricane Conference will be for emergency managers who have the responsibility of evacuating their communities as a hurricane closes in. Many of the participants in the conference, like a lot of Florida residents, have never experienced a hurricane. Our last hurricane in the state of Florida was Hurricane Wilma, going back more than 10 years, October of 2005, Feltgen said. And the Census Bureau tells us that since Wilma, 3 million new people have moved to the state of Florida, and that is a lot of inexperience. If you're not up to speed on the U.S. Senate race here in Florida, don't feel so bad. No one else is either. There are 5 Republicans and 2 Democrats in the race, and Peter Brown with Quinnipiac University says their latest poll shows none of the candidates stand out. With a few months to go until the primaries for the U.S. Senate, both the Democratic and Republican one, there's no real leader, said Brown. The poll also shows that Governor Rick Scott's ratings are still in the pits. Voters don't particularly like Rick Scott these days, he said, adding that 49% disapprove. In another poll, this one about the medical marijuana proposition on the Florida ballot in the fall, Peter Brown of Quinnipiac University said their latest poll shows overwhelming support for Amendment 2. Florida voters say by 80% to 16% they will vote for a constitutional amendment this November allowing for medical marijuana in the state. But it's not a sure thing. Another medical marijuana amendment had the same sort of support 2 years ago, but it failed after getting just 58% of the vote. It takes 60% to change the state constitution. The poll also showed support for something that is not on the ballot, and that is legalizing the recreational use of marijuana. A small majority, 56%, say they would favor making a small amount of marijuana possession legal, according to the report. And those are the headlines from The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
FlySanford.com, Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better.
Visiting friends and family, or just looking for some fun? Book your vacation now to one of over 70 nonstop destinations, including Amsterdam, Brussels, Aguadilla, San Juan, New Orleans, and Mexico City.
For enjoyable travel, come to Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better. Before you fly, FlySanford.com.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
The 5 Points of Life Foundation is hosting a golf scramble at Adina in Ocala Friday, May 20th. So get your foursome together and take part in this high-class event at the best and most exclusive golf course in the Southeast. Limited space is available, so visit 5pointsoflife.org or call 352-224-1728 to register your team today. Life South Community Blood Centers. This incredible tournament boasts one of the best player gift packages in the area. The 5 Points of Life Golf Tournament, Friday, May 20th at Adina. The 5 Points of Life, creating the donation generation.
April showers bring May flowers, but May is easily the most special month for Palm Garden of Ocala. Nurses Week is May 2 to 6, and we have award-winning nurses and CNAs taking care of our precious residents. National Nursing Home Week begins on Mother's Day and is filled with special events. May is the perfect month to come visit before our services are needed. Palm Garden Rehab is located on the corner of 27th Avenue and 34th Street.
At Ameris Bank, we understand that there is no purchase more exciting than the purchase of a new home. We are dedicated to helping you find the mortgage that meets your needs and giving you the personal attention you deserve. Our mortgage options offer a variety of benefits, including up to 100% financing, down payment assistance, and expansive credit qualifications, all with the competitive rates and exceptional service. Call Ameris Bank today or visit amerisbank.com to learn more. We look forward to serving you.
Ameris Bank is an equal housing lender and member of FDIC, a loan subject to credit approval.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
WOCA. Ocala's information station.